I find it strange that in the process of continuing and sustaining and leading joy based living, I have to continually remind myself of why we exist, why we're here, what we're doing. And I find that almost strange in a way because joy is such a natural, organic part of our being. And and then I notice just how many people who I consider to be aware and conscious and loving can also bump into the tendency to deny feelings that don't feel good. And sometimes those feelings look like blame or anger or rage or unreasonable joy. Um, and it could be in the realm of how they feel about their body, or it could be in the realm of helping someone else deal with, let's say, an abusive person in their life. Well, that person is going to go through some periods of blame, which is not very spiritual and it's not very pretty. They're going to go through periods of ambivalence. They're going to go through things that don't make sense. And what I've learned is that joy has freedom to grow and to roam when all of our feelings can be accepted, not just the primary colors but the secondary colors and the tertiary colors. And what that looks like, what that means is it includes the feelings that don't make sense, the feelings that don't look pretty, the ambivalence, the oh my gosh, I love this thing and I hate it both at the same time. Like this coexistence of multiple feelings, multiple experiences, which very young children are very privy to, but it's trained out of them. We teach them to, we as a culture, no, how do you feel about that thing or that person, X, Y, or Z? And we train them out of the complexity, and in that training out of the complexity, we actually teach shame. We don't realize that we're doing it, and what that does is that actually creates trauma. And so I've started to see just how common it is and how many reminders we need and how important it is to give ourselves permission to be fluid with whatever's showing up for us. And here's another one. The more you grow and the more you transform, the more you might start judging your current relationships or experiences because you've elevated. And so how do you help the people around you elevate without forcing personal growth down their throat? How do you help them rise up inside of themselves because you can see something better for them as well? And so this is the level of complexity that I'm addressing on a regular basis when I'm coaching people, and as I'm leading joy-based living. These are the things that I'm looking at. I'm looking at the places where people get stuck and where the joy gets stuck, and how to set it free. And so thank you for being with me on this journey, on this thing that we don't have a really comfortable settings for simply discussing. And I'll end with one thing, and that is, for me, spirituality is facing our resistance to whatever we're experiencing and turning toward it with acceptance. And there is a freedom and an expansion and a spaciousness that comes with that activity that to me is nothing less than holy and sacred and God. Thank you.